Well, guess it's about time I do one of these. Hey everybody, RoadRageDudez here for Two Man for Gaming, or by my actual name, Trevor. I know it's been a long while. I know it's been about a month or so since we've put out some content for the channel, either through live streams or through videos. But I just wanted to give you guys a general update as to what's been going on behind the scenes, potential future stuff coming on out pretty soon, changes that's been going on between the cast, and everything along those lines. Also, before I get started, I'm gonna have this playing in the background. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the description. One of my best edits of all time. Not trying to flex, but obviously it's been received very well by the crew, and I figured I just let it play in the background for you guys, just get a sneak preview. One of my best edits of all time. Luke, Nick, CJ all agree. It's probably one of my S tier edits, best one of all time. So just kind of gives you an idea of the quality of the content direction that we're going ahead with the channel. But that's kind of what I wanted to go and talk about with you guys here for, I don't know how long, but just until I feel like I get my point across with everything. So to give you guys an idea as to what's happened for the channel for the last little while, last couple of months or so, give or take, you probably have noticed some videos that have either gone unlisted or you just don't see on the channel no more. Don't worry, we're not deleting any content. All of the content that we do that we don't want public is going to be on unlisted for in case something in the future were to change or anything along those lines. But like I said, all of the content we do, we all have some value for. We just want to make sure that it doesn't get deleted forever. So that would bring me to my first point is my own channel, which I'm actually been doing content for about a year and a half, a little more than a year and a half now. And so I've been primarily doing Motorstorm content for that period of time with live streams, videos. That's been my main focus for the little while now. I'm actually doing a video series on that channel for the time being. Probably going to be a very long project, which I am very passionate about doing so, and it's actually been helping my channel grow. So for the time being, that's actually been something that I've been trying to do, actually grow my own channel a little bit. I know the channel's like 12 years old, but with old content. But I think I finally found out my content creation area that works best for me, my channel that works best for everybody. And so that's something I've been doing for a while. Obviously, you've seen with Two Man for Gaming, you saw this video for one thing, Mario Party videos, including that live stream that we did. I will go on the record and say that a highlights compilation is on the way soon. I know it's been on the back burner for a long while, but that'll lead me into a couple of my future points as to far as why that project has been on hold for a little while now. But I will say with confidence, it is coming in the future. I can't confirm when it's going to happen or when it's going to come on out, but just note that it is coming. I can't promise anything, but it might be as good as this video with my editing and stuff like that, but you know, I'm committed to making it happen one way or another. I just don't know when. Just be patient with me on that on that front. So, which leads me to my next point as far as what I've been doing. So, for a long while, for the reason why you guys were seeing much more content as far as even a Let's Play by me, I was actually unemployed for roughly 6 months. And so while I was looking out for full-time employment, I was actually fulfilling the void by doing a Let's Play that I wanted to get back up on the channel for a long while, which was Need for Speed The Run, one of my favorite Need for Speed games of all time. There are more Let's Plays coming in the future that I have in the pipeline, but again, there's just so many video projects that I have going on in the background as far as my channel goes, and other forms of content that I've going on. And plus, general, just a bunch of whole other things that I've got going on in my life that I'll get into later. That's just been having content come out very, very slowly. Again, we do apologize that things are very slow, but again, we're still passionate for the channel. We're very engaged in being able to deliver content for you guys. Like I said, as we get on, I'll sort of fill you in on future content. Can't spoil anything, but it's all in the pipeline on that and that sort of thing. So while I was doing Need for Speed The Run and doing my job search, I had actually taken on part-time employment working at a local racetrack that's not too far away from me. And it's a line of business that I love getting into, high-end auto performance. You know me as, being into vehicles, automobiles, auto racing, that sort of thing. That's why I like the Mario Kart series more than the Super Mario 64, Super Mario Brothers series more than anything. And that's why you see a lot of the racing games that I do on my channel, and obviously Let's Play for you guys too. Which would lead into my next point as far as full-time employment. I actually got full-time employment in May of this year, working as a customer support representative for a wholesale distributor of aftermarket automotive parts. Been doing that for now a little more than 2 months, and that means I'm working 2 jobs, but they're both jobs that I absolutely love doing. Of course, they both require a lot of my time, a lot of my energy, and unfortunately, time away from providing content for you guys. But like I said, I've been absolutely working on other projects for my channel, and obviously content is coming soon for this channel that, like I said, I will get into later. So that's been me for a good while now. Obviously, 2 jobs, full-time, part-time, doing my own channel, content-wise, growing that channel. And so that would lead me into what the future holds for me with Two After Gaming. I am still going to be part of the channel going forward. The one big thing that we have coming up later this year that's going to be big for us is our 10-year anniversary since we've started the channel. It's kind of crazy how time flies by. I mean, this channel's been going for 10 years. It's been a big part of our life. It's been a big part of my life. Basically, it's been a big part of my life, CJ's, Luke's, Nick's. Obviously, our main theme was doing content creation on Nintendo games, and we wanted to bring that joy and entertainment to you guys ever since we started the channel. Our friendship actually goes a little bit longer than 10 years, 12 years and 12 years plus. They can correct me in the comments for whatever. But anyway, we had a couple channels that we didn't work out. And once we did this channel, it just ultimately stuck out. And the rest is history, basically. We did Mario Party Marathon, still doing the Aftermath series. And then a couple of side projects for Let's Plays, just to diversify the channel. And then other things like, live action, board games, all that sort of stuff. Just to, try and diversify the channel, because obviously it's our home and we want to make you guys feel included in our content adventures, and that way we can make it appealing to anybody and anyone that wants to watch our channel. But like I said, our primarily focus is going to be mostly classic Nintendo games, like you see in the background of my computer screen, for better or worse. So anyway, like I said, 10-year anniversary is coming up later this year. And so I can't spoil exactly what we're doing. I know exactly what we're doing. Luke, Nick, CJ, if you guys see this, I know I said we're going to do one thing for our big channel. We're still going to do that, but I have something else that we're going to do. I won't say, but that bridge will come once we get there. And it's something that I'm going to be excited for. So that's going to be going towards the 10-year anniversary, like I said. And so that's what's been going on for me for the last little while now. Like I said, focusing on my channel, focusing on my work commitments, full-time, part-time, and just trying to make the most out of what I got on my plate right now. Obviously, I try and get to extra content that's outside of my own channel for, whenever I can get to it. But like I said, that stuff is going to be coming in the future. I have a list of it on my own phone, which will definitely be getting completed. I just don't know when or how long it's going to take me, but I just know for a fact that it is going to get done one way or another, essentially. All right, so enough about me. Obviously, you guys want to hear about the rest of the gang, so I'm going to start actually with Nick. He has actually graduated from college. I don't know if he's received his diploma in the mail yet or not. I know he said he was, but I don't have that information on hand with me at the moment. So all I know is that he's getting it soon in the mail, and we're just going to leave it at that. I know that he's been trying to get more out and about as far as physical exercise goes ever since he's been going to the gym. So that's something that he's been doing. Just trying to spend much time as he can with friends, family, and everything in between, and just be a decent human being to everyone for us, essentially. And that's something that I'm always going to be grateful for. Obviously, he's one of my best friends as well, and I don't know where I would be without him. I don't know what the future would be, what the present would be without him in my life. So Can't thank him enough for that. And so which leads us into the next talking point, which is going to be talking about Luke. He's actually working full-time himself. He's actually on the search for new full-time employment. I don't know where he's at as far as that goes. That's the conversation that I don't think many of us have had. I know he said he was still looking for a full-time job, didn't go into details and specifics. I know that he was wanting to get back into content creation for the channel at some point. I know he did the reaction videos on his laptop. Obviously, we tried doing the Mario Kart Double Dash on his laptop, and you guys saw in the highlights, the footage was... I didn't realize that was loading. Jeez. So like I said, Luke wants to get back into content creation at some point. Obviously, you saw with the video, expecting the highlights for top 10, we had a fair amount of issues as far as playback goes, and we decided to ultimately scrap that. So like I said, as far as content goes for Luke, I know he said he wants to get back into reaction videos in general, but obviously we're letting that up to him, see when's a good time for him to get back to that grind and ultimately produce content for the channel on that front as well. So I'll leave it at that. And finally, which leads me to my next point as far as CJ goes, who's probably had the biggest shift since the last update we did in about 11 months ago. Obviously, you saw from previous videos that he moved out of state. Of course, that's where he's been. He's no longer living with me anymore. He's living on his own. And so content has been basically next to non-existent on his side for understandable reasons. He's only doing appearances when we're hosting content, we're filming it. He's just kind of, he always likes to be there, but he's obviously had a couple videos in his time, but ultimately it's just not been his thing. It's like me and others on the channel. And like I said, he's been doing a big project down there where he lives that requires a lot of his time and effort and energy and that sort of thing. So content creation on his part is just understandably just been not there at all. And so he's just doing bigger things now. Obviously, probably content creation is not his biggest thing anymore, but you know, that's just part of growing up in this world. You do things at a younger age, you do things that, you know, when you grow on up that obviously change your priorities, how you change change your look on a lot of the world. And so, like I said, he's doing big things down there. Obviously, you guys know that he's moved out of state, like I said. And so content creation, not the biggest thing on his mind, but obviously when group content is being recorded, he's obviously going to be there. But like I said, he comes whenever, he shows up whenever, and whenever content's being recorded, he'll be gladly there. But obviously, it's just not been in the forefront of his mind. And so that brings me to my next talking point. What is on the agenda as far as the rest of the year is going to be like? So this is probably a good point to say that maybe content is not going to be as frequent or redundant as it used to be going forward. Obviously, we stated that last year it was going to be like a comeback for us, that sort of thing. But you know, things just change so much in this world. It's just, it can kind of almost to the point of blindside you, and it just changes your perception and outlook on a lot of things. And so with things the way they are for the four of us, basically it's going to be, you know, it's tough to put more content out there, but I'd rather outweigh quality versus quantity. If, you know, we want to put out a good quality product, I'd rather take the time and do that. That's why, like I said, videos take longer, other things get in the way. And like I said, that's why things are the way they are. We're so passionate about the channel and everything like that, being able to provide great entertainment for you guys, like I said, and that's what we're here to do. And we're going to keep doing that until we basically are done with it, essentially. You know, that fire is still there, but it's not as big as it once was. But we're still interested and wanting to do the projects and everything like we want to in the future. And so with everything that I wanted to talk about, there was one point of discussion that I wanted to talk about and fill you guys in, because obviously there have been a few people out there that have been asking about it. And so I figured this would be the time to actually discuss that and put it ultimately to rest. And that is Namir. So obviously you've noticed with videos that have come on out, obviously we've scaled down from having 5 people on the channel regularly to now having 4. And there is a reason why we have done that. And so the reason why we did this is because it actually started back when Luke and Namir were doing versus videos. I believe it was a Sonic versus, but I can't recall off the top of my head. But anyway, what happened was we had felt that Namir was basically bullying Luke on these verses, felt like he was just getting the better end of the stick, felt like it was a popularity contest, like he had to be the better one, that sort of thing. You know, all is good in competition, but when you're basically going to the point of bullying, you know, your friend, we just can't accept that. And let alone on our channel, we do not accept that at all. It's not right. And we just weren't going to tolerate it anymore. And also another thing to include in this as well, we had felt that Namir's quality standards as far as content creation goes for our channel were not up to par as to what we're doing. And so basically we revoked Namir's privileges of uploading content on the channel. And then that snowballed into, like I said, Luke felt like he was being bullied not by Namir. And essentially we just revoked his rights to being on the channel at all and basically being friends with them in the first place. And so what happened originally was me, CJ, Luke, and Nick all befriended Namir and didn't want to contact the guy anymore. And it wasn't until about a couple months after that, I actually reached back out to Namir to give him a second chance because I thought I saw face value in the kid. We and him probably hung out a fair amount of times. I spoke it over with his parents as well, exactly everything along those lines. And so, you know, as time goes on, you know, me and Namir are having a good, actually pretty decent friendship to the point where it's like, I actually felt like I saw change in the kid until about a couple months ago. So Namir actually invited me out for dinner one night after work, and I said, no problem. We set up a time to meet at a dinner spot for this time. And I said, okay, we'll have a beer or two. We'll enjoy each other's company and we'll have it that. But then things started taking a bit of a turn. And Namir said that he was going to get a haircut and a shower. And he wasn't going to be there until roughly 30 minutes or so after the time we had agreed on to arrive. And I thought, okay, that's not a problem at all. I can work with that. But then what happened, I thought, was probably the most shadiest thing and the most honestly scummy thing that kid could ever do. It had led into a snowball effect of delays and delays and delays and delays, saying that, oh, he was going to get a shower, he's going to do this and that. He basically gets there an hour and a half after the scheduled time that we were supposed to meet on up for dinner, which I lost half of my blood pressure at that point because of how excusable he thinks that people's times are, at least in my opinion, which will lead me to my next point. And it wasn't until basically about 7:30ish or so, an hour and a half past our expected meetup time, that he finally shows on up. So it's about 7:30, an hour and a half late for basically unexcusable reasons, in my opinion, that is just not right at all. And so I really didn't think much about it at that time, but basically, during that conversation where me and him were just enjoying each other's company, you know, I was asking about how he's been, that sort of thing, what's he been up to, just trying to have a normal conversation like him. You know, he did the same thing for a little bit too, but then he took the conversation to a different direction, basically. First, he started noticing all of the women that were working there in just minimalist clothing, let's just say the least. And he was making observations about how sexy he thinks women are and he wants to smash them, that sort of thing. And basically all of this stuff where he likes women and stuff like that, where he thinks he's all that. In reality, dude, you're not. You're full of shit. Basically, all he did was for like half the conversation that I was there with him, all he talked about was S3X, women doing flirtatious things. And basically, I had gotten to a point where I just confronted him about it right in the restaurant there because I had run out of patience for him. And I confronted him in the ways where I was like, dude, you've got problems. You've got a masturbation issue. You've also got a P0RN issue, corn issue. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it child friendly. And he's got like playlists of videos on YouTube of these women doing these, you know, S3Xual things on the internet. And he has all these dreams, stuff like that. And I'm just simply grossed out by it because I was expecting to, catch up with the kid and actually enjoy his company and not hear about his addictions, his literal addictions. The kid's got no self-control. And so there's a reason why he's not on this channel no more. And I told him, I said, I'm sorry for yelling at you, just change yourself. But then after the fact, about a week or so later, or I don't know when, but all I can tell you is within that same week, I blocked him for good. And I told Luke, CJ, and Nick, your guys were right to cut him out early. I should have followed suit. So I'm done with the kid too. And so much so that I blocked him from seeing our videos forever. And we're just done with the kid. That's it. So on top of the bullying for Luke, on top of the issues that he has, on top of the addictions that he has that he's seen, and on top of the fact that he can't control his own body, and the fact of the matter is that I've got all of my stuff going on, I said, fuck this. My time's important. If he's gonna waste my time, I don't want a kid like that in my life. He's still a kid. He's our age, and he's still a fucking kid. I don't think he's gonna go anywhere. If he somehow sees this video, good. I want him to, because I want him to know how I truly feel about him. Am I sorry? No. He needs to man the fuck up. If he wants to be successful in this world, he's got to man the fuck up, and he's got to get off his addictions. Pronto. Namir, you're watching this, man. I'm sorry that I didn't tell you this up front, but I'm telling you it now on a camera, behind a computer screen, because I didn't know how to handle it at the time. I just didn't. But now the real side of me is coming out, and I'm really expressing how I truly feel about you. You can't control yourself. You got no future with the shit you're in right now. And I better hope you damn prove me wrong. I better hope you do. If you become a multi-millionaire, good. If you fix yourself, good. I want to see you succeed, but not in the shit that you're in right now, brother. No way I see that. There's a reason why we left you. The bullying, the lack of care you put in your content, and just, honestly, the N-words. The fucking N-words. We're sick of you trying to one-up us and think you're all that. You're not all that. Keep in mind, I treat you like one of us, but when you try and be one above all, doesn't work out like that for you, brother. I learned the hard way. I hope you do too. And listen, to all the viewers out there, I'm sorry that I'm like this. I know that some of you might have been curious about the situation. I'd rather tell you guys up front because maybe it's a conversation that none of us wanted to have, but I'm speaking up about it and telling everyone what the hell is going on. Because everyone should know about the kid. Everyone should know the story about who truly is Namir 401. What that kid is out of the camera, out of the studio, what he's actually like. He's sick, he's twisted, he's got no control. I just don't think he's got it. I hope you're happy with yourself. If you're happy with yourself, good. Stay the fucking way you are and don't change. I'm not happy about you. I'm happy about where I'm at right now because I had to make the fucking sacrifices and go through the tough shit. CJ's happy because he went through some tough fucking shit. Luke's going through tough shit right now. I can see that he's gonna make it out one way or another. He just needs our help. And I can see a future for Nick because he's been through the shits. I know he's been through some shits. You got to go through some fucking tough times in this world to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You haven't even been to that fucking tunnel yet, my dude. If you see this video, I hope you understand something. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say about Namir. It's the only time I'm saying something about the kid on camera, and it'll be the last time I say something about it. Namir, I hope you change, honestly. I hope you do, because I just don't see it. I just don't. You wasted all of our times. You wasted my time. I'm bigger than that. I can go through life without you. I know you got your friends. You can't probably survive without them. I got my friends. Do you? Hope you better do. Anyway, that's the last thing I'm saying about that kid. I want to stop talking about him. I want to forget him. I want to forget about him being in my mind. Will we archive the content that he was in? No. I just don't think it's right to take off content where the four of us, me, CJ, Luke, and Nick, we're all still having fun. And it's not right for you guys because it's big videos for you guys that you guys enjoy watching. But just note that going forward, we're doing things differently that he might see fit. And we want to be the best for you guys. We want to do the best for you guys too. I hope I've said everything that I could. I tried making this as simple as I could, get all the facts out as much as I could, and just be even about it. I know I probably went overboard a couple times, but I just know that somehow he's going to see this video, but he's got to face facts. And I'm laying down those facts. And I truly hope that he does something about it. If he doesn't, that's on him. We made our moves. Now it's up to him. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys. So a lot of content coming out pretty soon. Obviously, you know about me, CJ, Luke, Nick, you know who. But like I said, we're going to be around. We're not going anywhere. It's just, we're there. Just content just hasn't been coming out as regularly as we thought it would be coming out quite frequently. But like I said, that's how things change in this world. And we're going to, whenever we bring out content is wherever we're going to bring it. We're still passionate about our fans because we're passionate about video games. We're gamers after all, and we're content creators, and we're going to keep enjoying what we do, and we're going to have fun doing it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. On behalf of Team After Gaming, I've been RoadRageDudez, and we'll see you guys in the next time.